Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Garage After Dark. We got a great show for you tonight. And remember, knowledge is power, baby. The reason I say knowledge is power, because if you slept on this episode of Collision tonight, you missed out. So, kids, remember to always watch your Collision. I always wanted to start the show.
As the third man, I can't really be seen. I can't go, oh, hey.
I know. It's meant to cover up that ugly mug of yours.
Hello.
I'm just kidding. You've been like called handsome all day today, so
Yeah, it's kind of strange. I haven't heard that in a long time. Especially not in my town.
Caleb's like, you got a hot ass.
Yeah.
He was trolling you pretty good. I don't know if you saw it, Joe.
No, I wasn't paying attention to the group chat for a while. So
Caleb was trolling him on the next level. He's like, show me what Shane looks like as a woman, telling Meta AI.
Show Shane with boobs, but then it came out as bobs.
Let's see Shane's big bobs.
Yeah.
But there was a guy holding some anal beads in the.
That looked like carrying cross.
Oh, they could have been those cross beads. So, what did you guys think of this episode?
I thought it was good. I really enjoyed it. It's definitely one of their better, more recent episodes of Collision, for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
I was action packed, and like full 3 hours. Like, well, except I did fall asleep during part of the Rampage, but that was different.
You're on the West Coast. What's going on here?
I know.
I'm the one that should be falling asleep. It's almost midnight where I am.
So the show starts out. Swerve comes out, and we get a big introduction by Prince Nana. What did he say? Anyone remember?
Oh, I can't actually remember.
I don't remember. Something like
it's like 3 hours, man. It's so hard to remember the very first segment.
He was just being a hype man, saying like he's the best, he's the great, he's the world champ. I think, if I remember.
That sounds about right. Yeah.
And Swerve comes out with a big baby face stance, talking about how it's bullshit that the Elite attacked Tony Khan, took 3 guys, which makes me kind of think that the first title defense is going to be up against a member of the Elite, possibly.
Yeah.
Hangman Page.
I mean, it is
Jungle Boy.
Could be Jungle
It
Boy.
is more than a little of a coincidence that next week we're finding out who Swerve's opponent is, and TK won't be there.
Yeah, that's also funny.
Just say. So I heard this pitch to where the EVPs give Jungle Boy the first title shot, which I think would be a great storyline.
That wouldn't be bad. That wouldn't be bad.
I would think because Okada's already got a belt right now, so then they could push for the whole angle that Jack Perry needs to try to get the world title for the entire elite to complete the set, right?
He also talks about his title reign came with sacrifices. He's missed a lot of his daughter's birthday, a lot of dance recitals, a lot of games that he didn't get to go to. So he says that this title reign, what he has to do, he has to blaze a trail to make it worth it.
Yeah, for his daughter.
So I don't know about that. That kind of didn't hit as well because I'm like, well, you're saying you're a bad dad and you're gonna win. Like it's your classic dark side of the ring shit. It's like my dad was never there.
But you know what? That honestly is the realistic life of most athletes. Most athletes are gone most of the year. Well, especially wrestlers. It's 365 days a year. They got a full season, right? So I'm
hearing someone's backstage. Hold on.
Oh no.
Hey, Caleb, how's it going?
What's up, Caleb?
Awesome.
Why are you calling?
I trying to say, no one's on a date with me.
I'm gonna have to contact AFW HR if this persists. This is sexual harassment, Caleb.
Please.
He's begging you.
I thought we're supposed to have a match. You stabbed me in the heart when you said that you didn't want me as your manager. You want a GFB.
I was told then.
No, that was pretty heavy stab wound right to my heart. Captain John definitely saw my heart break right on the air.
Sometimes, Shane, wouldn't you let him make it up to you?
Yeah, but I also too, he's a dude. I mean, there's that.
I'm not saying date you, but be your manager. You can be his manager again.
I was all set to have a match with him instead. I thought I was going to start training, just like Caleb was going to train, you know.
What do you think, Caleb?
Maybe I will be his manager.
Hey,
it's gonna have to take a good steak.
Maybe AFW. Caleb versus Showtime. Caleb wins.
Oh,
Must make that happen, Diego.
Can make it happen.
I'll tell you this. It'll be Caleb versus Showtime Shane. Whoever wins gets to control the other person for at least a week.
Oh, no.
Oh, Shane. I got something to do with you.
So now, there's going to be no dates going on here, Caleb. If he says no, you got to respect that.
No means no.
Yeah,
Yes,
no means no. No kissy.
Deny it.
All right, Caleb. Thanks for phoning in.
Okay,
Before you go, what do you think about this opening segment with Swerve Strickland?
It's amazing, Simon. He is the greatest AEW world champion. He's just a bit.
Yeah. Thanks for that. We'll see you later, Caleb.
Talk to you later.
He's sneaking up on you now. He used to sneak up on him.
Oh.
Hey. I think I'm going to need to get some more security on a weekly basis.
How the tables have turned, Showtime Shane.
I think I'm going to have some people watching me 24/7, including outside my bedroom window.
You trolled him pretty good originally with the ex-girlfriend, so.
I don't know what you're talking. I don't know what you're talking about.
Of course not.
No.
All right, so back to the segment. All of a sudden, Swerve talks about defending the title tonight, and we're like, what? And Claudio's music hits. we're getting a world title match here between Claudio and Swerve Strickland.
I love how Swerve was like, I'm giving an open challenge for the world title. Claudio comes out, and then after the segment, Tony Schiavone is like, Tony Khan has just approved it. I'm like, that defeats the purpose of an open challenge there, Tony Khan.
Yeah. You know what though? This is pretty impressive, and this is not even a full week yet. Tomorrow will be officially a full week, so in 6 days, wins the title, has a pretty lit open title tag, yeah. And then tonight, eliminator match, and then tonight, man, like literally, this is pretty impressive reign in just a short time already.
What's our opening match?
Bullet Club Gold versus Top Flight and Action Andretti for the unified trios, world 6-man, whatever they're calling them.
And it's still holding on, and they're still holding on to the acclaimed titles, dude. They haven't switched them.
Why they've got those ugly pink titles still.
I wish they'd just get one brand new belt.
Yeah, I'm hoping that this will be a segment that they're going to do down the line, and they get just one. Like, it can even say, like, ROH on it. It can say AEW on it. Like, why not?
I'm surprised. Like, that's the thing. This almost seems like there might be still kind of an angle, because I'm surprised they're not using just even the stock trios titles, right? AEW trios titles right now. They'll still be using, like, the claims. It kind of, I think there's some kind of sign there.
They could be making one brand new one, and they're not ready for it yet.
Not sure, too.
Sometimes the belts take a while. Do you know $1 Million Man's belt that he made? Like, the original concept was like this big, and they're like, that's not good enough.
Yeah.
And so they had to like
size it up
for so long.
Yeah, wasn't it made by like Tiffany's or something like that too? Or some high-end New York fancy jeweler or something like that?
Yeah, and they had to keep on like, no, that's not right. And they had to keep on like doing the whole fake, oh, it's beautiful kind of thing, but it's not actually there. And $1 Million Man was based on actually Vince McMahon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see that.
He actually paid someone on an airplane to put out their cigar. He kept on offering more money and more money until they finally like took it.
I mean, hey, if you got the money to do it and you don't want them smoking, hey.
Well, hey, you can't take it with you when you're gone.
Yeah, so. But the guy kept on saying no because it's almost an insult where you like take that money at a certain level, right?
Speaking of Vince McMahon, for the first time in 50 years, Vince McMahon is in no way affiliated with WWE.
He sold all his
sold all of his stock.
Wow. And Nick Khan's selling all of his too.
Yeah, that has
interesting. I've heard rumors of Nick Khan's demise lately.
Sounding that way.
Something's going on. You're the president of the company. You're not giving up all your voting power, which is what he did by selling all of his stock.
Yeah, you got The Rock in there to kind of make people forget things. Like that's what his role is.
Like, here's the weird thing. There was like for the longest time, I always thought like Nick Khan was really close with The Rock.
That's what I thought too.
I mean, I don't know. I've heard so many different stories about Nick Khan and about Endeavor wanting to just literally anyone with any connection at all.
That's what it originally sounded like. It was going to be like a full house cleaning. But at the same time, they can't really just do a full house cleaning and not have pieces in place for a backup so the product doesn't go downhill at the same time, right?
So speaking of WWE, The Rock congratulated Drew McIntyre on signing a new deal with WWE on his Instagram. So it looks like Drew's not going anywhere. That's good for Drew because I think he's one of the highlights of the WWE right now.
I mean, yeah,
100%.
There's a very small, slim chance of him leaving the WWE anyway.
Well, he had bargaining power though, right?
Yeah, so he got what he wanted.
You do not want Drew McIntyre showing up at All In.
Yeah, well, yeah.
If you're WWE.
Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful said it's a multi-year big money deal, whatever that means. And he also he's also said there's expected to be a lot more contracts announced soon. So I imagine Becky and what Becky's husband, what's his name? Seth, yeah.
Yeah, and like WWE, they realize how big a star right now. He's like one of their bigger ones.
Oh yeah.
Oh, absolutely. You have a money feud with McIntyre and Punk. If Punk can stay healthy long enough.
So getting back to this 6-man tag match. What do you guys think of this match?
I loved it. It was fun. It was a great. As much as I hate the Guns, they are growing on me, and the fact that they were in the crowd while Jay White was chopping them, sitting there chanting one more time and booing Jay White when he wouldn't do one more chop. Like, it was entertaining. I enjoyed this match. So
I honestly, I did too. You know what? I know Aaron doesn't like trios. I could get some of the beef with it, but at the same time, it gives people like Action Andretti some camera time. And I think he works well with Top Flight too. Like, I'm not like saying I'm a big fanboy of those guys because they're not my style, but I mean, those guys really do work well together. And then
don't get me wrong, I don't absolutely hate trios. It's just like when you load and show up with trios.
Yeah, I get what you mean there. Yeah,
I don't want it here and there, right? But I don't want it the whole show.
And also too, even though Jay White's kind of gone down from a big namer to like a mid, like he's worked. Him and the Guns work right now. It's freaking been hot in the last freaking few months and stuff for that. They managed to put on good trios matches. So these were a perfect 6 match right recent time for a match.
You
a lot better than the Billy Gunn
and White, match. And he's the equivalent to your Malachi Black in House of Black. He's that.
I would say that's a pretty solid assessment right there.
Personally, I don't think if Juice Robinson hadn't got injured, Jay White's not holding the trios in the 6-man title.
You're probably right there. Yeah. Or they do Freebird style with the 6-man.
I like that idea.
I love Freebird style. Like when New Day did it with the tag titles, it brings.
That was cool. That was cool that time in the Elimination Chamber where they're able to have an extra guy.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I'm curious. What's up with Juice? Is he still hurt? Is he?
Yeah, he's still injured. Speaking of injuries, do we want to talk about the major AEW injury real quick? Or do you want to save it for tomorrow?
What are we talking about? Hobbs?
No, MJF.
No, the big one.
Oh yeah, MJF is. We'll talk about that on the news tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I thought this was an entertaining match, but Action Andretti had a few really good moves there at the end. Like he looked strong. I love Action Andretti as a wrestler, but
I'm just glad
I just hate him on the mic.
Yeah, he's terrible on the mic.
Stupid water trick thing like that.
I don't mind it. It's something. Like you got to use whatever you got.
Yeah, but just go out and wrestle.
yeah, for sure. Like I like him as a wrestler. I don't like him as like beating the top stars. Like he had no business beating Jericho. Like that was dumb.
No. I agree on that part because it really did long term. It just didn't really take his career off. He just kind of just stayed on the lower mid card anywhere, mid card. So
that was definitely a Jericho idea that wasn't really supported widely.
Wasn't fleshed out well enough.
Yeah.
All right, what do we got next on the show?
Up next is Ray Phoenix is back. He took on the Beast Mortos. For those of you that don't know, he's Black Tauros from AAA. He left AAA. AAA owns the right to that name, so he renamed himself.
This match, what's he called? The Beast Tauros?
Mortos.
The Beast Mortos. This guy, he put on a hell of a match. Like
Yeah.
he was beating down Ray Phoenix, all this thing. Ray Phoenix is coming back from behind in this match. I think you're looking at a new AEW superstar.
Like
the way they booked him, so strong. When Ray Phoenix jumped off the ropes on him, I was worried about how Ray was landing there.
yeah. Like Mortos is a big guy. Like I got to see him live at the last pay-per-view. There's no reason why that man should be moving like that. Like what he does for a man his size is outrageous. And personally, I kind of wish he would have won this match. Ray Phoenix is Ray Phoenix. It wouldn't have hurt for him to lose this match. And Mortos controlled like 90% of this match.
Yeah. I
But
think.
then again, I guess
Ray
there's a
Phoenix is
bucket.
coming back though, so that's why.
Exactly. And the nice thing was that was one or two nice comebacks of people returning tonight too from the lucha scene.
And the next match has another one.
Yeah, there we go.
Any last thoughts on this Mortos versus Ray Phoenix?
I'd say it was a pretty fun match, and then just even the crowd, a little bit of the crowd work too. Like when Ray Phoenix got the roll up win and running to the crowd and through the crowd and stuff like that. I kind of like, no, it was a fun match.
I get nervous when Ray Phoenix does shit.
Yeah,
like it makes me worried for his safety. I like running the ropes and just like. I don't know how long you can wrestle like that.
And that's why he gets hurt a lot, though. That's for those exact reasons, right? Shit.
I would like to see him adjust his style a little bit.
Some people just don't know how to do that.
No, that's true. Don't.
I mean, he's called a Phoenix for a reason. So.
Yeah. Yeah, but you have to wonder. Like, some people are just built differently. Where if I was doing something and it got me hurt before, I would never do that again. That's just how I work. Not doing that again.
Yeah.
But some people, well, got to do that again. Got to make sure I do it right.
Yeah.
So, Ray Phoenix, he's a bit of a daredevil.
That's an understatement, and that's the thing. It's funny to say too because there's when you look at him and his brother, there's two different builds, and I mean, yeah, Pentagon does do some risky stuff, but nothing like Phoenix, man.
Oh no, Pentagon is mild, compared to Phoenix, the risk he takes.
Pentagon is Randy Orton compared to Phoenix.
That's a great comparison. Really, that is. And you know what? Maybe Phoenix he's got to start learning more from Pentagon style, like when you're saying about switching things up, because he's probably not going to make it. He's probably not going to career till he's 40 if he keeps it up.
Well, you look at the things that Rey Mysterio did in his early days too, right?
Yeah.
Like the way he wrestles now is not the way he used to wrestle.
Oh, no, not at all.
Yeah, but Rey Mysterio, when he was younger, didn't do half the stuff that guys are doing now.
Yeah, that's true, too.
I mean, it was definitely way more safe what Mysterio was doing. Like, he wasn't running on the ropes and doing crazy flips and dives to the outside like these guys are now.
I gotta be honest, I don't like it. It's entertaining, it's thrilling, but I would rather see the story in the ring rather than taking these crazy dives and stuff and risky moves that are
There's only so many dives I could see and want to see in the night too.
I think we'll get back to this in Swerve's match because he does it, but he does it in a different way.
Yeah, that's true.
What match we got next? We got the Acclaimed.
No. Up next. Well, we had the Orange Cassidy interview that was interrupted by Stat, and she came by and said he needs us, being a little cryptic, maybe trying to say whose side are they going to be on. But the second match is the returning Roosh versus Martin Stone.
Martin Stone, a good friend of the channel.
I don't know if a good friend is the way to put it, but
Yeah, he was
You know
on there.
what? He kind of looks. When I saw him tonight, I'm like, man, you really look like a Dollar General Eddie Kingston.
I wouldn't go that far.
Yeah, like he was literally there just to take a beating.
I loved it too, though. It's not so much because I even knew that story, but just because I'm glad to see Rush. I've been a big fan of his for a long time. Man, I mean, I don't watch much in Mexico stuff, but when he used to appear on ROH all the time, and was also the champion, man, he's pretty amazing. Like, yeah, and not, like he takes some risks, but his style is more of exciting, fast paced style, and not stupid. It doesn't do a lot of flips and crap like that.
Believe it or not, this is going to help actually Martin Stone's indie career.
Yeah.
Losing on TV is still prominently being on TV, so it's good for him.
That was a beating, though. That was pretty much the best way to put it.
My notes were squish match. Rush looks good as ever.
That's perfect.
So is he not in LFI anymore? Is this are we
I don't think
breaking up
LFI is a thing, right? I mean,
I think LFI should disband. Forget LFI.
I mean, he says like he was sending out some tweets saying like he was going to add people. So I don't know what's going on. I'm not sure.
Yeah, there were originally talks about adding a female roster, and Thunder Rosa was actually going to be rumored to be the female of the group or whatever. So,
yeah, I think you could get rid of number 10 out of that group. It's one of these things like the other. I thought that was the stupidest idea ever.
I still wish that when they came back from getting the cartel beat up, and when they got beat up by the cartel in Mexico, like someone just replaced Vance and they just acted like he was
yes, he's like, what? I am Vance.
Okay. Next is a Serena Deeb interview. Looking forward to this match with her and
So Serena Deeb, she talks about how she's never held the AEW title. She talks about people have been wanting her to win this thing. People say she deserves it. I'm 100% behind Serena Deeb having a wrestler hold that belt. Like, when's the last time a real wrestler held that woman's belt? That would be Jamie Hayter.
Yeah.
I would honestly, the time is now. The Tony Storm thing title, like she doesn't need the title anymore. She's got a different storyline she can move on to after losing the title. For Serena Deeb, like this could be just like the next step to put her over. She should have been put over a long time ago in my books. Even at least a TBS championship run.
Yeah, Serena Deeb did hold the NWA title.
That's right. I forgot all about that. Yeah, she did. That's right.
But,
that was cool.
Yeah, I think she would look really good with that professor's robe and the gold. I think it'd be really cool. What do we got next?
Up next is Tony Storm and Anna Jay. So my thoughts are like this match started off so slow. I was like, oh, this is not good. But
a lot of Anna Jay matches are like that. I've noticed.
But it got better, like hitting each other in the face with their butts. Tony Storm hit a picture perfect fisherman suplex or a perfect plex on Anna Jay. Like that thing was nice looking.
Mr. Perfect would have been proud.
Yes, he would have. Like she had the snap, she had the bridge. Like it looked just like picture perfect. I was like, man, that was nice.
I was a good freaking perfect plex.
See, it would have made more sense if Anna Jay would have won that match against Mariah May. Like that's why she's in this match. Gets a shot at Eliminator.
Yeah.
I know.
Like this makes no sense to why she's even in this match. Like,
I think it's just a way for Tony Storm to show her affection for Mariah May to defend her.
Yeah, it's
But
probably most of that.
one thing we glossed over was the fact that Tony Storm, I guess you could say, accidentally knocked Anna Jay off onto Mariah May.
Yeah.
I wonder. I'm curious as to where this story is leading. I feel like it's got to be a Mariah May versus Tony Storm title match at some point.
Maybe there'll be no title.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think they could pay off her story without the title. Maybe somehow Mariah May also screws Tony in that match too.
Yes, that could be the reason why Deeb wins is because Mariah May costs her the title and she's like pissed.
It's possible too. I don't know. Have to wait and see, but sorry. And then
yeah, I thought this was a good match. I found it entertaining. But what do you say, Shane?
Well, you know what, too? Tony got out of Anna Jay's finisher too. She lifting her up on her shoulder, but I don't recall anybody ever actually out muscling. I can't remember the name of her finisher, the sleeper hold that she did. Queen Slayer, that's it.
He did it on Randy Rhodes.
Yeah, but I just don't remember anybody actually picking her up and throwing her back like that to get out of it.
Yeah, I think she's the first person to get out of it.
So that was pretty cool in itself too. But I'd say like for an Anna Jay match, it's pretty good. But yeah, it started off slow. I noticed that Anna Jay could get out of tempo with the wrong female wrestlers. She could get really badly out of tempo and it looked really lethargic in the ring in a few of her matches. And against some good people too. And she's looked lethargic against.
Yeah, I think it'll be interesting what we get with Mariah May versus Serena Deeb on Dynamite.
Yeah, I think that'll be a great match. Give Deeb another win, gain that momentum. Maybe she gets the title shot at Double or Nothing. Maybe.
Oh, that's what it is. I think it's.
That's what I thought. Yeah, I thought it was announced for Double or Nothing.
Was it announced? I
don't think it's official, but it's hinting at that.
So, up next is the match that I was most excited for when I saw this announced, like Thursday, and that's the Acclaim versus the Grizzled Young Vets.
Okay, so we have to explain that Max Caster pretty much screwed with the internet community by saying he was suspended. But it turns out he was just being a bit of a cheeky bugger.
Well, I think it was also he was just answering some guy's question, where have you been, or something. The guy's original question was. So I think that was just a good way, just a cheeky.
I think it was, are you still on the AEW roster or something?
Yeah, that was it. Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, and he's just a fan being stupid, so we gave him a stupid answer, and we all bit into it.
At first I kind of realized, I'm like, oh no, it was probably a troll joke because especially it's like he's still announced for the match, so if he was suspended, well then they probably would have thrown Billy Gunn into that match instead or something along that nature.
So, so this is the Grizzled Young Vets versus the Acclaimed.
Yes.
Tell us why are you so excited about this, Joe?
Well, I know who the Grizzled Young Vets are from NXT when NXT, in my opinion, was actually good. They
were the greatest tag team in the NXT UK version, man. They were epic.
Yeah. They can, and evidenced by this match, they can really go. They're not like a team that's thrown together. Like they traveled the world. They're in Impact. They're in NXT. Over in Europe, like they're a legit tag team. It's not two random wrestlers just thrown together.
It's just like an UK version of FTR almost.
Dude, I want to see Grizzled Young Vets versus FTR.
Yeah, that would be sick. Because especially what they showed, what they did tonight, just on their first time on AEW TV of a team they've ever tagged or never went against.
Well, tell us what you think of this match, Showtime.
I thought I'm kind of sick of the Acclaim, but I thought Grizzled Young Vets really did a good job making the match look good and making the match look interesting and stuff for that. And they showed their true style with the bit of the pounding and that coast to coast from what's his face. Oh,
Drake.
Yeah, that was pretty impressive move tonight. That was pretty impressive. A little RVD action right there.
You kind of almost think that the way that the Grizzled Young Vets wrestled, that the wrong team won.
No, they definitely it was that was a bullshit call.
I was pulling for Grizzled Young Vets to win.
Yeah.
I think the Acclaimed needs something. I don't know what it is, but just
well, it's like I feel like they
honestly
they got a gimmick going, and then they pretty much ran it to the wheels ran off.
Like I'm done.
Run dry.
I'm done with Max Caster. I don't think he's a great wrestler. His raps have been really stupid as of late.
Yeah.
Like, just give me Anthony Bones on a solo run and I'd be happy.
I don't like either of them, I gotta be honest. Like, Anthony Bones was talking shit about Virgil on his funeral day. Like,
you think he was talking shit? I think he was just telling a story and people took it wrong.
You knew it. It's about respecting the dead.
I don't think he was. I've said this. I don't think he was trying to disrespect him. I think
we can agree to disagree on this. I lost a little bit of respect for him, but
either way, like I would love to see, because I think Bowens is head and shoulders better than Max Caster on both in the ring and on the mic.
Well, just even the look. If you want to have the look, yeah, he definitely looks a lot better than Caster.
I don't think Bowens is going anywhere if you don't have the Acclaimed.
Well, that's the thing too. I don't see those guys being decent as singles wrestlers, and I can think of anybody else that put those guys.
Like if Mike Santana can't survive as a singles wrestler, Bowens isn't surviving it, because Mike Santana is better.
I mean, Bowens can, because you remember when Caster was out, he had good matches against Jericho and a bunch of other guys. He can go.
I'm just saying, Mike Santana is a better wrestler than Anthony Bowens.
Mike Santana also has his demons.
Yeah, a little bit of demons and troubles. So,
okay, so
yeah, the Grizzled Young Vets, they really showed up. I would be surprised if they get signed here. You get the Grizzled Young Vets. You get the Motor City Machine Guns. This tag team division looks like it's being rebuilt. Stop soaking the tag division dry by making everyone trios. I personally,
I really do hope like soon we see that they're signed, or even if they're just on one of those pay per appearance deals where they are wrestling more often, I'd be fine with that.
I'd love to see it too more often. I like you said, FTR versus them would be a pretty sick match.
Noob's done with the Acclaim too.
It's the Fonzie effect. It's really jumped the shark at this point now.
And that's my worry for this Tony Storm gimmick.
Yeah. That gimmick's going to have a shelf life. We'll see how much longer before it becomes very irritating.
Like, I think it's coming near to an end right now.
Yeah, we've had this gimmick, for a good... I mean, it started about almost a year ago. Because at Double or Nothing is when she lost the title, and it's sort of when she started descending into madness. So we're coming up on a year of this gimmick.
Yeah.
So I think we're running dry on that. Like, it's you can't keep that going.
I feel like AEW sort of screwed up with this, because they should have had it like they've had it black and white when she was heel, but now that she's sort of face-ish, they should have started bringing in like monochrome colors and like they did in like they did with the Wizard of Oz, how it just slowly became a little more brighter. I think that would have been great, but
that would have been interesting. What do we got after this?
So up next is our Collision main event for the AEW World Title: Swerve versus Claudio Castagnoli.
Yeah, this was a hell of a match. To me, it was Claudio's best match in AEW.
I put it up there. Yeah, I put it up
Swerve,
there.
Swerve adjusted and did Claudio style. When Claudio did the stomp on Swerve, just the look on his face, he's like, "You want to do
perfect.
my stomp on me?" Yeah, I love this match, and you had uh, Swerve taking some jumps off of the rope, but he doesn't do it in a way that's, oh no, he's gonna get hurt.
Yeah.
He does it a little more safer than something like.
So the stage dive was a little risky, but as much as they hype it up, the stage is nowhere near as high as the top rope. So it's kind of he's hot. He's still not short distance by any means. It could easily break his neck from that distance. But that was a pretty like. But yeah, he almost looked like he was going to overshoot Claudio.
He's not Jeff Hardy jumping off of the Titantron or anything like that.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah. But what did you think of this match, Joe?
I love this match. Like this match, like you said, is probably Claudio's best singles match. He made Swerve look like $1 million. Swerve made him look like $1 million. And the key of a good champion is someone who can adjust their game on the fly, which is what Swerve did in this match. Like you could tell he started wrestling one way and then slowly just adapted his style to what Claudio is doing. Like when Swerve was on, like, I guess, I can't remember, did he get thrown up for an uppercut and just landed on his shoulders and did that stomp?
Yes,
Like,
he caught Swerve from the top ropes on his like neck or whatever. That was amazing.
Like it's just, Swerve, like I hope we had a nice long reign with Swerve, which I think we will, since we talked about this on Wednesday, since they have Will Ospreay going the route of the international title. Like I don't see them taking this title off Swerve anytime soon. We have like Wrestle Dream is in Swerve's backyard this year.
Nice.
What do you think about this match, Showtime Shane?
Oh man, it was a freaking banger. Like the moment they announced this match first thing, I'm like, these guys are both workhorses. This will probably be a great match, and it blew my expectation. And then the bump that Swerve took where Claudio threw him into the concrete stage, man, I'm like, man, that looked a little rough, man. But man, like, yeah, you guys were right. You could notice Swerve started working at a different pace with Claudio near the later parts of the match and stuff like that. But those guys, I really can't wait to see those guys go at it again somewhere down the line, because yeah, it was one hell of an entertaining match, and it was perfect match for Collision. You need more of these type of main event matches to try to get this show like more and more boost.
Yeah, that was probably the most elite match they gave away on Collision yet since it started.
I'll put it second to Bullet Club Gold.
Well, just because it's the world title.
Understand that, but that hour-long match between FTR and Bullet Club Gold.
Yeah, that was good, but this is up there.
Yeah.
Another good one I would have put was Kenny Omega versus Ethan Page.
Yes, that was another.
I thought that was MJF versus Ethan Page.
What?
That was MJF versus Ethan Page.
No, but I think Kenny Omega had a match against him too.
Okay, because MJF went against Ethan Page that one. I think it was a title match.
Yeah, when they were in Canada.
I don't remember. It's been a while since those matches happened.
But yeah, to me, they gave this away for free, and it was amazing. Like when you can get a world title match on a non-pay-per-view, that's amazing.
Yeah, it's always a little something special too when you get those opportunities. And like I said earlier tonight, just the fact that Strickland, in less than a full week, has already won the world title, did the whole elimination challenge, and this match tonight. Like, I can't wait to see what he's got on his next match.
Yeah, I don't think everyone is on board with Swerve yet.
Oh yeah, I've noticed quite a few people, the haters. I'm not even going to name some names that we know really are not on board with this.
Yeah, like I don't understand it. Like the guy is red hot.
Some people are just going to hate to hate. It is what
Oh,
it
and
is.
the thing is, some people are saying, "Oh, it's like the virtual thing." No, I don't think it's got anything to do with the whole like block. Yeah, that's one good angle. It's just the fact he's been so freaking hot right now.
Well, exactly.
Doesn't
Like
matter.
I don't agree with putting a black champion to put a black champion.
Yeah,
But if you put a black champion who is fitting that bill,
exactly.
you got to fill the role.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
exactly. That's the best way to put it. Yeah.
like if he's that elite, give it to him.
Well, right now, any of the wrestlers, who could we say is this hot that could take the role as the champion right now? I can't really list.
Will Ospreay's the only other guy.
Yeah,
Osprey.
well,
That's it.
yeah, Osprey's the only other guy right now, but yeah, like too many of the top guys are like the top guys are either hurt or out.
Yeah, Christian with the world title.
What did you say?
Christian.
You know what? I
I wouldn't
wouldn't
hate it.
mind it, honestly. The work he did with the TNT title, you give him just like a 2-month reign.
Yeah,
Oh,
like
he
something
would
similar
be
to Samoa Joe. That would be so cool.
I would actually enjoy it because you would because especially his press conferences, his post pay-per-view conferences right after all his TNT chat were lit because he never broke character once.
The other thing I liked about this match is the near falls on Claudio's side. Like they made it legit. Seem like Swerve
There
could
was
lose.
one or two where I thought Claudio was going to win. Like I bought into the pin.
I doubted it for a second. I'm like they're not going to let him lose.
Yeah, I was like, "There's no way he's
great
losing."
storytelling.
But
That's great storytelling when you have that doubt in yourself.
yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm gonna see with Claudio too. At least he's one person that puts on a decent sharpshooter. It doesn't look make it look
He
bad.
does a great sharpshooter.
Yeah.
Speaking of Claudio, that swing that he did, man, it's been a while since I've seen him swing someone like that. Like
So,
he picked up speed. Like I could only imagine how dizzy Claudio was after that.
I want to
Both
see
guys.
someone grab the ropes to stop the swing.
I
That'd be interesting.
would be cool to try to see something like that, but I could see it being such a risky attempt to try to
Yeah,
like
to get the timing right.
yeah, there's so much disaster could go wrong, including like just buckling your head then at that point if you're trying to yeah.
But yeah, that's Collision.
Yep.
And we
But wait,
start.
there's more.
We start Rampage with not Orange Cassidy, with Chuck Taylor,
Parking lot mat fight.
Trent Beretta in a parking lot fight.
Unfortunately, this is where I had a nap. Probably because also
Fell asleep, but there's blood everywhere.
Oh yeah. Did you see the tweet that Zach Kelly put in the group chat?
I love you,
all
Meredith.
No. So Serpentico tweeted out, "I know you needed some extra cars on set, but Serpentico didn't get the insurance, and it was the white one that had the blood and the crushed window."
I hope he's joking.
I think he is, but it was funny.
Yeah.
I think it might be also another shot at CM Punk with the whole rental car
I
thing.
kind of wonder that because that was part of the story that CM Punk said.
Yeah.
So, did you see any of this match, Shane, or did you miss most of it?
No, I fell asleep probably that entire match, but I think the problem was because I was watching the Toronto Maple Leafs versus Bruins game, so of course I was going to fall asleep for a few minutes.
Okay, so my thoughts was this was a pretty good match. There was some nasty bumps. There's one where Trent goes flying into the car, back first, and then just lands right on the concrete. There was no padding there. That just looked like it hurt. Part of me, I put in a group chat, I was like, what are the odds that we get a Sue heel turn tonight? That would have been fun. My only complaint is
sweet to be evil.
I know. But the ending was very anticlimactic for me.
This was the way to write him off TV for a while since he's only paid by appearance.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about how the actual match ended with the choke.
Oh yeah,
It
yeah.
was just kind of, eh.
So yeah, he's choked out. He's going back to beat him some more. Not Jericho. Orange Cassidy and Statlander are coming in, and they have to. They're coming to stop him, and he nails
Chuck's ankle,
Chuck's ankle with the
monkey wrench.
Yeah, with the monkey wrench. So that's a way to write him off TV for a while. Yeah, I think honestly, this is all. Almost think it's a send off for him because I don't see him being involved too much anymore.
I don't know. We'll see.
Well, we're seeing more and more of the original signees starting to like not get re-signed. So
what is his role if he's not a tag team partner with Trent? Does he have much of a role?
I don't think so, unfortunately.
Even with Rocky Romero?
Yeah. So the next matchup, we got Thunder Rosa.
Well, hold on. Before that, after the whole ankle smash, we pan over to Don Callis, who is watching. So maybe they're teasing a Trent into the Don Callis family.
Well,
maybe?
I'm thinking that's a good idea for them since Hobbs is injured. And they need to keep the.
That's probably is the knee-jerk reaction right now. He is to fill Hobbs' place.
Yeah, you got a villain. We need a villain.
Okay, yeah. Now we can go on to.
I actually think he fits the bill really good. I think that could be really good for Trent.
I mean, it'll be something different.
Yeah, it would.
I think you could get Trent on the microphone too.
Yeah, Trent is pretty good on the mic. Like he's definitely probably would be the best talker in that whole group besides Don Callis.
So this next match is Thunder Rosa versus. Do we have any segments in here before that?
If there was, I didn't take any notes.
We got Thunder Rosa versus Deonna Purrazzo. I was curious how this one was going to end up because they're so evenly matched. And Thunder Rosa goes over after like a good. This is a good 15-minute match.
Yeah,
it was neat to see them let the women wrestle. And then afterwards, Deonna Purrazzo attacks her. They're fighting out. Like, I like that they're doing more stories with the other women.
Yeah, that aren't involving the title.
Yeah, I love that they got these two fighting each other now.
So do you think this was like a heel turn for Purrazzo, or is this just frustration from getting a cheap roll-up win?
I've been wondering that same thing.
I think that I think it is a heel turn for her.
I mean, her gimmick to me just screams heel.
Yeah.
The virtuosa.
Yeah.
Like, that sounds like a narcissistic look at me type
gimmick. Her whole entrance too is look at me and stuff like that too. Like, no,
Thunder Rosa isn't getting any cheers. She's a baby face. So
I know. But they put on a pretty good match, though.
Thunder Rosa makes more sense.
Yeah, that's true too. But they put on a pretty solid match for those 15 minutes and stuff for that. I enjoyed it a lot.
Your thoughts on this, Joe?
It was a good match. It was fine. I mean, like I said, I didn't know what to expect from this match, honestly, because I really haven't been too blown away by Thunder Rosa's matches here as of late.
Say that Shane's blushing here.
I just thought that was a hilarious comment.
But yeah, this next match is pretty much to the end of our 3 hours. Did you catch it at all, Shane?
Yeah, I watched the Thunder Rosa match, and then the next. There were still like one or two more matches.
There's one segment and 2 matches left.
That's right.
Oh, right. We got Big Bill come out with the squish.
Yeah.
He's like, Jericho, are you watching me?
But
Big Bill's freaking ripped.
Yeah. Look, before that, I just want to give a shout out to Matt Taven and Mike Bennett. They were absolutely hilarious in their neck strong comments to TK. Like it was,
Yeah,
it gave me
that's
a good laugh. Like their big old cheese eating grin.
We also had
And then Roderick Strong going, well.
Yeah, and he was like, "Well, Osprey."
Yeah. We also had Kyle O'Reilly on the Collision talking about
Hyping up to Vancouver.
yeah.
Yeah, hyping. Just I was expecting him to say, "I'm going to do something in Vancouver," and
I thought he was going to challenge Swerve.
I don't know, Swerve, someone. I mean, instead he's just like, "That's it." I'm like, "Oh, okay."
I'm gonna do something good. You just watch. You just watch. I'm just cooking something up. So yeah, we get Big Bill in the squish match, and he's talking about like he goes to town beating this guy. Like this was a common theme on Collision and Rampage tonight. Just beating the shit.
This was just a bigger version of Rush's match earlier tonight.
Yeah.
Here's my problem with this. This makes no sense to me. If you have Big Bill out here dominating a match, what do you need to learn from Jericho? I mean,
he's like, you pay attention, learning tree. I don't need you to teach me learning tree as his beat.
It made no sense. Like, what do you need to learn from him?
I like it. I like the Big Bill.
I'll see where it goes, but
I love like he's like the perfect person, like this big, strong bodyguard guy does be around.
If this doesn't result in Big Bill taking the FTW title away from Jericho, I'll be sad. Because I think
I think Hook will take that back. But I don't want him to. Hook doesn't need it anymore. Let it go around.
I want to see that thing finally get thrown in the trash or something. So I just well, yeah, no, I mean, yeah, a real kayfabe throw it in the trash if you know what, like
that.
And then you see Taz pick it up.
It's either that or Hook wins it, and then out of nowhere, Jinder Mahal shows up and takes him out.
Yeah.
The FTW title becomes a
24/7 Maharaja. And his real,
he trade named it. I forget. He has a different name now. And
his legit name and Maharaja. He's keeping. So, yeah, the last match we got
Shane Taylor Promotions versus Shibata and Daniel Garcia.
Yeah, Daniel Garcia got some dancing in this match.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't pay attention to this match.
It was you were getting rough. Did you catch this match?
I saw it. It was an all right match. Yeah, I was kind of missing parts too because I was trying to see what was going on with some of the playoff games.
It wasn't the main event of this show of Rampage. I guess they want to get the good match in first.
Yeah, they tend to do that. Like on Rampages, they tend to run the show in reverse order.
They should have, yeah. That's the street fight should have been the main event, and I would have never missed that.
Yeah, like you make people wait for the main event. Why not?
Yeah,
yeah. That's what I would have done. All right. Today we'll do video game, one of our favorite video games in the Flower Shop. We'll give our favorite segment of the night. We'll give our favorite match, our favorite video game, and our ratings. Why don't you go first, Showtime Shane?
Favorite match, I'd have to go with the main event. Claudio and Swerve. Those guys really did live up to the hype earlier when they announced that match. Favorite segment, I'd have to go with the Rampage one with Roderick Strong and the United Kingdom because the Roddy's still piping up the whole freaking yelling people's first names. I love that. I mean, it's so stupid, but it works.
What's your favorite video game?
Favorite video game? I'm going to go with NHL 94 for Super Nintendo.
Nice.
Yeah.
They stopped the wraparound feature in that one. You used to be able to
sorry. 93, the first one. The first one that came out on all the consoles. But just even though like the other ones were better, you could trade and stuff. Which
But
is
in
the
the
fact that
93, you could do a wraparound every time and score.
yeah, I remember that. But the overall, I'll give Rampage I guess I'll give it non-applicable for Rampage because I didn't fully watch Rampage. I guess what I saw 3.75 for Collision, especially that main event. And then Grizzly Young Vets debut was
We're
pretty.
just gonna do the full 3 hours. Would you give the whole thing?
Full 3 hours. Okay. I kind of wish I could ignore the Rampage, but I'd say I'd give it about 4.25 just for the Collision alone. That was a pretty action-packed Collision. That main event was sick. Yeah.
What game did you pick? Oh yeah, you picked 93.
Yeah.
Did you got his score?
Yep, 4.25.
What'd you think, Joe?
So my match of the night is Swerve and Claudio. My segment of the night is Swerve to open the show. I loved it. My game, I'm going with Tecmo Bowl.
That's a good one.
For the Nintendo from back in the day. Using Bo Jackson was just a cheat code. It wasn't fair.
Yeah, it was.
And I'm giving the show like a 4.25 too. I really enjoyed this is the best Collision they've done in a very long time.
What was your match of the night?
Swerve and Cesaro.
Yeah, and what was your segment?
Swerve.
Okay, yeah. All right. I also my segment is Swerve. My match is Swerve with Claudio. My video game, I'm going with Blades of Steel.
I had that game too.
That Blades of Steel was the first really fun hockey game.
Yeah.
You could fight in it. You had in between periods, you could play a little Konami game. There's a little space game you could play on.
That's right. I forgot all about that part too. No, I used to play the hell out of that game when I was a 5-year-old.
Yeah. But this show, I'm giving a 4.25. It was the best. This is the best 3 hours that we've had on a Saturday night in a long time.
I guess we don't really need to figure out the math on that average, eh?
Nope.
Yeah. My only thing was the last match was but that's okay.
Look, as much as it's fine, I don't want a 3-hour Saturday night to become the norm.
That was a lot.
Good.
Looks like we're getting a 3-hour Dynamite.
Yeah. See, I think that's the problem. I think the thing with Rampage, the reason why they almost go in reverse order, because they know because it's the 3-hour tapings, and they know at that point there's a lot of fans are starting to walk out near the end of Rampage. So it's really hard.
I think they should just split Rampage in half and a half hour on each show.
That wouldn't be a bad idea.
Going to Dynamite is a long day because you have, at least when I went, you had an hour pre-show for ROH where they were taping matches, then 2 hours of Dynamite, then an hour of Rampage. It's a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if I could handle it that long.
Yeah. So, any other thoughts before we close her up?
Great show tonight. That's really there's
Make
nothing
sure you
else
tune
to
in
say.
tomorrow for All F and Wrestling podcast.
Yes, we got EVB Joe and myself. Maybe someone else pops in. I don't know. But we're going to do the Super Mount Rushmore. Now, the idea of the Super Mount Rushmore is we're not only giving the 4 best of all time each. We're also doing our current favorite, who's being included in the round Mount Rushmore. So that's 5. So, Super Mount Rushmore tomorrow. EVB Joe, Showtime Shane, maybe Alex Haney. I don't know. So on behalf of EV Joe, on behalf of Showtime Shane, on behalf of myself, Can't F and Dry, I think before I get the Just Keep Fighting speech up, I need to get the outro ready because that's important.
Yes, it is.
All right. There we go. All right. So I know that sometimes tough times hit you. It brings you down. You get depressed. And it's important to note that it's okay to be down, but it's not okay to stay down. When I say that, that means you need to be an active participant in getting better. So reach out to your friends, reach out to family, Don't give in to the sadness. It's time to put the devil in a sharpshooter and just keep fighting.
This has been an effing worldwide media production. You can find us on all social media platforms like Facebook, Twitter, and others. Head over to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/effing wrestling. And while you're there, click like and subscribe. Want some swag? Head to our store at prowrestlingtees.com/effing wrestling. You can find all these links and much more at our awesome website, effingwrestling.com. As the JFB always says, you can book it.
Go home. The show's over.
It's over.
Bye.